Let us sing this beautiful song by Karen Drucker. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Once more, I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. Friends, if it's comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze and just relax into this moment, becoming aware of your breath, of the stillness and the calm around you, and the stillness and the calm available within you. Not that place in thought, that egoic mind pulling for our attention, sending ideas, stress, loud clangs pulling for our attention. No, let's turn our attention to that place in consciousness. That place where the divine spark of the One shows up. That place we call the Christ. The divine spark of love, of good. The divine spark of God. Here. I am grateful for all that I have in spirit. I am grateful for that unlimited wellspring in me. That wellspring that brings divine ideas to each and every one of us. Pausing in meditation, we learn to release those ideas, those thoughts that would drag us back into the appearances of the world and allow us to be present to the unlimited nature, all that we have, all that we have is the presence, the power, the protection, the light, the love. the absolute good of God. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Grateful that emotional state that shows up and magnifies all the good that we can receive. Gratitude, that emotional place where the light shines so bright there is no darkness. And all that we see in spiritual eyes is Christ expressing. Appreciation is the outward activity of gratitude in our lives. And so we focus our efforts, our energies, our actions in this manifest playground of planet Earth on appreciation. So that gratitude swells, that it pours forth from a wellspring of unlimited source and substance. The wellspring of God as us. And so together, let us affirm appreciation keeps me in a state of gratitude. Together, appreciation keeps me in a state of gratitude. And so for just a moment, let's pause in this stillness and silence of consciousness, knowing our oneness and feeling grateful in the silence. I am so blessed. I am grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. Bringing forth the appreciation and the gratitude, the peaceful presence of love, the truth of who we are. Let us bring our awareness back to this manifest space and time, celebrating our oneness with each other and our oneness with the divine. I am so blessed, and so it is.
Let us sing again. This time we'll do it 2 times. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful affirm it again. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And in that space of gratitude, let us prepare ourselves to receive Rev Todd's message. We're going to sing together, I'm Choosing Heaven Today. This is a Ricky Byers tune, so let us sing it together. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. Love. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing love today. Joy. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing joy today. Let's choose peace. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing peace today. Let's choose life together. I'm choosing life today. I'm choosing life today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing life today. Let us choose faith today. I'm choosing faith today. I'm choosing faith today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing faith today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. Walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today.
Thank you, Deidrey. You'll remember that as our way shower Jesus, he was walking around with his disciples, and they went, "Hey, teach us to pray."
Turn on your mic, please.
Thank you, Susie. Thought I had done that. Our way shower Jesus is walking around the countryside, and his disciples say, "Hey, teach us to pray." We've been talking about prayer here lately. This is our 6th week as we look at prayer, and there are 2 entries in our Gospels that go into this. One in Luke and one in Matthew. Jesus also goes on, but before he even starts this, he says, "Don't just just say the words. Don't just say the words. Y'all ever just said the words?" So yeah, I work with some students occasionally that have some challenges in reading at certain age levels, certain grade levels, and I think we have a lot to learn from this, because we can, in any moment, we can read the words and it's rote. Our Father who art in heaven, ha, ha, hallowed be thy name. Because if you hear that's an intellect kind of thing happening. And what we know is that Jesus said, no, pray this way. And he delivered this prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive those, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. The ending might be a little bit different depending on what tradition you grew up in. This here's another translation. This is from George Lamsa. Some of you might be familiar with George Lamsa's name. George, of course, is an Aramaic scholar. Our Father who is throughout the universe, let your name be set apart. Let your kingdom come. Let your desire be, as in the universe, also on the earth. Give us bread for our necessities this day, and free us from our offenses as we have also freed our offenders. And do not let us enter our temptation, but set us free from error. Because yours are the kingdom, power, and glory from ages through ages. Sealed in trust, faith, and truth. Amen. Rocco Errico, another Aramaic scholar, our Father who is everywhere, your name is sacred, your kingdom is come, your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you forgive us our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from evil, from error. Because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song, and the praise from all ages, throughout all ages. They're a little bit different, aren't they? And they can do different things for us. They can do more for us depending on how we actually use them, how we say them. If we just speak them in rote, as our wayshower said, hey, don't do it this way. But as we embody it, all of this is a direction. This is teach us to pray. Pray like this. It's not about the words, it's about the experience. It is about the alignment of who we are with this cosmic energy of creation. It is about alignment with truth. It's about realizing that as we forgive, we are forgiven. It is about understanding that abundance is always flowing through us, that we might receive the good that we desire in this day, in this moment. It's always here. It's always now. And we've been taught that many of us have been taught different things about prayer, prayers of supplication, about, pleading with God that certain things, might be, he might cast his wand to make certain things happen here on the earth. You ever done that? begged and pleaded, even if it was in, I remember being in the eighth grade. Lord, please help me pass this test. Did you ever do that? Bargaining with God. Yeah, Scott's like, yep, that was me. Bargaining. Right? I see that in some of the students that I work with. Um, uh, not with prayer, not with expecting God to change things, but really think they're doing it, and they get so frustrated sometimes. Have you ever tried to do some math and you can't quite remember how, or you can remember how you did it, but maybe your children or your grandchildren are being taught a new way to do it? Woo, buddy. That will make you take someone's name in vain. Probably the math teachers. And we get frustrated. And here is what I want you to remember today. If you don't remember anything else, I want you to remember this about frustration. Frustration is a powerful experience because frustration is that edge of your comfort zone where things are about to transform. When you are frustrated, it means that you are on the edge of some transformation, something opening up that you might understand it better, that you might experience it more fully, that you might fully be aware of truth, of oneness, or maybe just how to do multiplication. But that frustration is that place that shows you, I'm not quite there yet. But then once you step over and past that frustration, isn't that an overwhelming experience? An experience of joy. I got this. I truly understand now. I know how to multiply 3-digit numbers by 4-digit numbers now, but I finally understand. I have glimpsed for just a moment my oneness. But if we're stuck in a rote prayer of our Father, I'm counting my beads, our Father who art in heaven, and then again, our Father who art in heaven, and just using, and counting how many times we say something. And there are a lot of traditions that do that. And that's not about the prayer. That's about training the mind to focus on something. That's about focus. It's not about the prayer. It's about the focus. The same thing that we talk about in meditation, to learn how to control our mind so that we don't pay attention to the temptations that are trying to pull us back to the manifest materialistic world. Because when we get pulled back here, right, then we lose sight of the truth. Today's talk is called Reaching Higher. This comes from a text by Imelda Shanklin. She was a New Thought writer. I think she headed up the prayer ministry. Do you know her name? Okay. She actually wrote a pamphlet about the Lord's Prayer, and this comes from that. To pray that the kingdom of the Father may come is to pray that the conditions of heaven may supplant the conditions of earth. If we have given up selfishness, we can make this prayer. If we make reservations, our desires will clamp fetters upon it. Though lip and tongue and voice give it expression daily, we do not really pray unless the soul reaches towards something higher, purer than it has apprehended in the past. All, aside from this, is controversy and self-importance. If our prayer is for anything other than to know ourselves as one, then it's controversy, it's self-important. It is a deep-seated subconscious idea that I need this thing to be happy. I need this thing to happen. I need this possession. I need whatever. Now, does that mean that we should not go about the world and have the things that we desire, seeking experiences, material goods, and all that? Absolutely, do that thing. But know first to seek the kingdom of heaven, which is in consciousness. It is not a place. Thy kingdom come is not about some rapture happening. Glad to see you all here this week. Our prayers are about arriving at a state of consciousness. I believe our Buddhist friends call it enlightenment and nirvana. We call it the state of heaven. It's what we talk about when during the holidays, we sing and plead for peace on earth. Because the conditions of heaven are love and order and peace and divine right action. And everything that we might think that we want in the materialistic, manifest playground planet Earth is an outpicturing of that. So seek first the kingdom. Seek first an awareness of the presence of the divine in us. There are a number of metaphysical teachings on this Lord's Prayer. And I love something that Eric Butterworth said. He said that the Lord's Prayer is less something to be recited than it is something to be lived. Something to be lived. Shanklin saw the Lord's Prayer as the soul's upward reach. It's not asking for something, but of something within us, that higher awareness that supplants this physical experience, this fully human expression that is truly divine in nature. It helps us get to that place where we see and live and experience truth. Jim Lewis, another Unity minister and teacher, noted that the prayer reveals our relationship with the infinite. We are partners in bringing heaven into expression on earth as creators of divine manifestation. Now, that divine manifestation is not the manifestation of physical items on the earth. That is the divine manifestation of God's love in action. This prayer, this Lord's Prayer, aligns us with truth that we might show up and do those things that our way shower told us to do. Most importantly, to love one another. You don't love one another by not feeding them, by not allowing them to have, as Edwin Gaines would say, work so freeing and wonderful that it feels like play. We all deserve a way to show up and be in purpose in the world. And it doesn't really matter where we were born. Anytime we decide that everybody fits in a nice little box that we can label, we are limiting them and ourselves, and we're limiting the presence of God in its manifest form on earth. Our Lord's Prayer is to allow us to reach that awareness of oneness. So it's not about the words, it's about the experience. And this recalls our journey, because our journey, as we've looked at prayer over the past 5 weeks, prayer begins in an awareness. God is closer than my breath. Prayer transforms us in consciousness. Prayer listens in the stillness and in the silence. And prayer listens in the busy activity of the world around us, because this creative energy is going to find a way to get the message through to each and every one of us, and we must but listen. And prayer becomes action. Because, right, it's not enough to know the truth. It's not enough to know the truth, because sometimes I know the truth and I get very frustrated. And I can sit down, crisscross applesauce, and meditate on my frustration, and absolutely nothing will change. I must take action. And sometimes what's frustrating us is that edge of comfort where we are being challenged, we are being invited, we are being implored by that Spirit of the living Christ that is in us to do something, to be the presence of love right here and right now. And finally, prayer becomes community, embodied in love, embodied in service, just like Jesus showed us, just like Guru Nanak showed us, just like some of our modern heroes have showed us. It is love and service. Our prayer is not to get God to come down to us. Our prayer is to lift ourselves up into the presence and the awareness of God in consciousness. Because God is absolute, unchanging good. And we are called to be that presence, that power, that protection for one another. We are called to be love in action. In community, not just the community of believers where we feel comfortable, but at that edge of frustration where, but I really, really want to slap them right now. You ever felt that? Woo, buddy. I'll always remember one of Reverend Catherine's messages. What would love do now? What would love do now? Ask that after you have been in prayer and lifted yourself into that consciousness of oneness with this Spirit of the living God. Because that's how we know what love would do. Love is who we are when we have awakened, when we have lived into that prayer and not just said it, but lived into it. What would love do now? Reach higher. Reach higher. Reach beyond the noise of personality into the awareness of oneness. and ask, what would love do now? The world is waiting for that. And you can use this roadmap, this, our Father who art in heaven, the Lord's Prayer. You can use that. And if you're willing, I want to invite you to do this metaphysical thing with it, and I want you to rewrite it in language that works for you. Because remember, unity is about a mystical tradition looking at the teachings of a way shower, and it doesn't say this is how you have to do it. It says this is the way I've done it, and the mystical experience is for you to have your own personal experience of the divine. We want you in unity to open yourself up, to lift yourself up, and know, as Jesus said, I and the Father are one. And so the way this was written, the way this was delivered, was about one fully human expression on earth that awakened to the truth of who he was, and you too are invited to awaken to the truth of who you are and make a difference in the world. So rewrite it. Or not. If it works for you, if it has meaning, great. But I really want to invite everyone for the next 30 days, every day, to sit in prayer, right? Not the words of prayer, but the experience of lifting yourself up and shedding away the personality and knowing the absolute unfolding good, the power, the presence, the love. And then say, what would love do now? And do that. Because it's not enough to know the truth. We put that truth into action in our lives. And in doing so, we create a peace-filled world that works for all. And that's what I was asked to share today. Thank you, friends, for allowing me to share with you. Blessings.
Thank you, Rev Todd. I decided to rewrite the Lord's Prayer for myself. And so I share with you my version. Loving God, in whom we dwell, great are you, great are we in you. We live in the omnipresent you. Loving God, in whom we dwell, great are we in the love we feel, in every truth we are healed. Eternal One, in whom we dwell, feed our minds, nourish our souls, mold us in your own way. Eternal One, in whom we dwell, loving God in whom we dwell, expressing through us all things are possible, glory and honor in you. Loving God in whom we dwell, expressing through us all things are possible, glory and honor, deliverance and power